What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me doing the account review as the third one here in the series, guys. This is going to be the end game account review, and I got my boy MXs from the sister guild, from the Mommy Mela guild. So shout out to my boy MXs. And with that out of the way, guys, let's actually hop in here and go over his account. We're gonna be going through the criteria we use for the other two videos as well in the series. If you guys are interested in checking out the other videos in the series, definitely make sure to click the links in the description, as we'll have the videos for the early game and the mid game as well. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to the 50,000 subscribers. Guys, we just hit that 42,000 last night on the channel. If you guys haven't hit that sub button already though, and you guys are wanting, to help me out grow the channel to the 50K, definitely make sure to hit that sub button. And with that out of the way, guys, let's hop in and let's actually go over MXs Account and see what we can improve here. So for the criteria again, guys, we have the box CC improvements, which you're gonna be checking for MXs. We have the inventory improvements, we have the PvP team recommendations, and the demonic beast battle team recommendations as well. Now again, MXs is going to be the end game account in the series, so his account is going to be around the 8 million or plus kind of range. So we're going to be going over his account here and seeing what we can improve for what we got going on right now. Alright, guys, so hopping into his box CC right here, let's actually open up MXs box CC, and we see an 8.5 million box CC here. He actually does have all 4 of the LRs, he has the brand new Meliodas, and he just has a bunch of other characters really built on his account, guys. This is what an end game account kind of looks like on Grand Cross, right? You have a lot of characters here that are built for the type of end games. So you have like Jormungand for the deer, we do have Mael built obviously for the the end game PvE. LR Liz is on the account, which is going to be obviously a staple. He has all the other LR characters as well up to date. So yeah, man, I mean, this is kind of what you would expect from an end game caliber account. Now in terms of ways we can actually improve this account, we have a few ways you can actually do it. So the first thing that I would say, and actually scrolling through MXs account here, he has all these characters awakened already. That's really good. What I would do though is actually super awaken your entire box, and the reason why you would want to do this is because you actually gain a good amount of GP. And if you actually look at the first super awakening star for every character, they actually gain HP, guys, and so that's going to be a way that you can increase your your box CC, and it's not going to cost too many SA coins either. It's 3 SA coins per person or per character, because every character at the very least is going to be 1 out of 6, so it's not using extra of your coins. So this is actually a good thing to do only if you're kind of at that end game time in Grand Cross. Like if you're around that end game section of the game and you're like, how am I going to be able to increase my box CC? How can I get GP? But what you can do is you can go through all your characters and SA1 them. Now I don't recommend doing SA2 or SA3. I would only recommend doing SA1, and then you either SA1 the character or you SA6 the character. Those are going to be my main recommendations. Now the main reason for doing only SA1 or SA6, guys, is because it depends on the character you're using it on. For Adventurer Bond here, he's a one of the original characters from the beginning of Grand Cross, and he's not really a very strong character in the game, right? And so my thing is with him is that if you're going to be super awakening him for at least just the box CC, you'd only want to do SA1 because you're not going to use him in a lot of the content in the game. And even for MXs at an end game account where he already has a lot of the characters built, he doesn't need to build Adventurer Bond here because he's not really going to provide anything for the account. So what we're going to do here, guys, is we're only going to be SA1ing characters in his box unless they're characters that he actually is going to be using, right? Depending on the actual characters in his box here. So characters like, let's just kind of scroll through in here and see which characters he should have built. Well, there's one character right here. Esterosa is going to be a character you should actually build. Jelly King, if you saw my latest video, this is another character you should actually build for the for the New Heroes Arena season. That's another character you could definitely build. So yeah, that's definitely something that I would do on an end game account to kind of boost your CC a little bit, get some GP, and also get some CC as well, man. That's what you want to do. So you'd only want to invest that super awakening in the characters you're either going to use, or if you're going for box CC, then you'd only do SA1. Alright, guys, now the next thing we can actually do on an endgame account here is actually see which characters have their holy relics. Now, if you're in an endgame, caliber account, then you want to be able to, get as many holy relics for all your characters as possible. And from the looks of it here, it looks like MXs is still missing a lot of holy relics on his account. And so my, take here that I would actually do is make sure that, MXs, you should probably grind out all your demonic beast battles. I mean, you're at the end game. This is where you got to get that last minute CC if you're going to try and push for that 9 million. So you want to definitely go through your box here and and see which characters don't have holy relics and try and get their holy relics so that you gain a bunch of box CC. Because remember, if you guys don't know, holy relics actually do provide a, what is it, a 10 GP, and it gives them a pretty good amount of actual CC as well, right? Because the depending on the holy relic, like you can see this one for Guild Thunder here gives 2000 HP, 200 defense, 400 attack. Like that's a really good chunk, right? So if he's going to be getting this stats, this also applies to the other Guild Thunders too. So bear that in mind. You're not actually just getting 2000 HP. You're getting, what is that, like, you know, because there's a bunch of Guild Thunders, you're going to be getting a multiple of that amount of, like, you know, combat class. You're going to be getting 2,000 for another Guild Thunder, plus this Guild Thunder, plus the other Guild Thunder, so that's like 6,000, you know, what is that, 600 defense, you're going to get, like, what, 1,200 attack. So like that's a really good chunk of CC, and you're gonna get that mainly just by making holy relics, which is something I do recommend you do, especially in the end game. You know, when you're at the end game, there's a lot of just things that, you know, you can do to optimize your account, and those are some of the things that I would recommend doing. Alright, so another thing that I recommended from the mid-game account review was that actually gearing your account, you know, getting gear on your entire account here. It looks like Mannix has most of his characters geared up, which is what you want to be doing, right? But if there are some characters that aren't geared yet, then you definitely want to make sure you have HP gear on them. Now, there are some characters here that don't have it, but I do understand, and I can see Mannix has already done a lot of them already, but that's definitely how you would be able to increase your box CC. That's another way you can do it, and another way that does definitely benefit the account. Another thing as well, guys, it's gonna be like last second things where, like, if you don't know if you have it or not, but yeah, getting characters as passives, man. Passives are gonna actually increase the box CC as well. I think you get about like 400 CC per passive you unlock, and look how many passives Mannix just does not have unlocked here. Like, so many passives here that he just has not done the time to actually unlock, and that's 400 CC, 400 CC, 400 CC. So you see, like, it's all gonna start like adding up, and he really is missing out on a lot of CC here, guys. So that's one thing that I would definitely recommend, Mannix. Go through all your characters here, unlock all their passives, and for anyone that hasn't done this as well, if you guys are watching this video, make sure to do it as well. I mean, that's something you definitely don't want to miss out on doing, because you're going to be getting 400 CC per character here that you have, and it just is going to add up a lot, guys. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. Do the passives right here and unlock the passives to get some more CC on your account. Alright, guys, and the last thing that I would recommend for an endgame account to actually do in your box CC is actually doing your affinity. Now, if you guys don't know, affinity is going to be a way you can actually get a free outfit in Garen Cross. So it's either going to be a headpiece cosmetic, it's going to be a you know, a outfit, or a weapon. And depending on the one it actually is, the headpiece ones are most likely the priority. But in general, though, you can actually unlock a lot of these cosmetics and get just a bunch of box CC. So right here, as you guys can see, this is Guild Thunders right here. It actually does get a jeweled headband, and this is going to give you 930 HP, you know, 2% recovery rate, 1% regeneration rate, and 1% lifesteal. And all you have to do this is by farming food. And food is something that you can easily farm in the game. It's not really hard to be, you know, to actually farm food in general. And so this is another recommendation I would do for an end game account to kind of maximize the amount of box CC you can get right there. So that's another thing I would recommend. And there we go, Mannix. That's going to pretty much cover all the things I would suggest for box CC at your point in the game for the end game caliber account. All right, so moving on here to the next thing, which is going to be the inventory improvements here. So Mannix, let's actually go over your inventory here and see what we can actually improve. So it looks like you have a lot of your materials here though, which is good. So I can see that you have a lot of materials here that are already like just like chilling in your account. You got a lot of HP costume materials. You got a lot of outfit. You actually have a lot more outfit than you do have on your weapon and HP pieces. So what I would actually recommend doing is start using some of your outfit material. You know, you can get some of your characters that you don't have max outfit for and definitely level up their cosmetics, because it's going to give you a bunch of box CC and also GP for every one that you max out nowadays. So that's something I would actually do, Mannix, so you don't have to like hold on to, like, you know, a surplus amount of outfit ones. But you can start using them as well. And then another thing that I suggested to the other people in the box review or the account review series is actually maxing out your storage. I mean, you are able to get to 557 storage. You have 537 max right now, and you're not already at the cap yet, but I would definitely recommend it just so you get some a little bit extra box you know, storage here. And then scrolling down here, guys, there isn't really too much I would say for Mannix to actually do. I'm glad he hasn't really been doing his Demon King, because you don't really want to be spamming it. He has 37 SA coins, 30 SSR pendants, a lot of books, you know, not really too many hammers. We got a lot of Awakening Stones though, so that's really good in the Awakening Stone department. Let's see if he has a bunch of Enhanced Stones. Yeah, and he's good on the Enhanced Stone department too. So yeah, I mean, overall though, like, the inventory is looking pretty good. I don't really see too many issues here. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of what I would expect from an endgame account. You have a lot of just, you know, stockpile mats and just haven't really used a lot of it. But that's the thing. I mean, you know, as an endgame player, it's really about just building a new character and getting to use them in the content that they're really good in. So yeah, I mean, that's fine. Cooking, again, you know, as I mentioned in the earlier part in the box EC section, you definitely want to do cooking so you can get more affinity for your characters. If you haven't done cooking already, definitely start to cook all the foods you need for your characters, get the affinity up, get the outfits, and that's going to be part of the cooking section right there. Definitely very important. And then moving on here, guys, we do have, right here, we have the Grand Cross 4th Anniversary SSR Equipment Selection Ticket. This is really good because it lets you select a piece of equipment. And, you know, I mentioned it in the mid-game account review, but if you guys just have these lying around in your account, definitely make sure to make HP belts, you know, HP runes, you know, stuff like that, just to increase your HP, because especially these ones come with 2% on each. So you get a 10% HP, you know, substats with a, you know, maxed out belt, which is really good in my opinion. So things like this, you definitely want to be using. Other than that though, I mean, yeah, I mean, this is kind of what we'd expect. Like, you can use some of these cards, but other than that, nothing too crazy, guys. And I would just say just leave it, right? Yeah, that's fine. And then on the miscellaneous here, you don't really need anything here that's too important. And then gear is going to be your gear. So yeah, that pretty much covers your inventory right there, Medics. I think most of it's pretty good, but like, other than that, I'd be like, the main things you want to definitely do is you know, use all of your gear you know, things right there. And then on your inventory here, I would actually recommend just kind of stockpiling your mats like you are, right? And maybe start to use some of your materials as well, like especially these like outfit cosmetic materials. You definitely can start using them to increase your box EC as well. And yeah, I mean, other than that, you pretty much got everything sorted out, so that's pretty good. Alright, now, so hopping into the PvP team here, let's actually see what Medics is running in PvP, and maybe if we can help him to get to that Champion 1, and even maybe Challenger and Geared, because this is an endgame account. This is an account that would be able to do those things. So let's actually see where he's at in Ungeared and in Geared, and we'll see if we can actually do some improvements here for his PvP. So in Ungeared PvP right here, he's actually running the Goddess team, which I mean is fair. Goddess team is still one of the strongest teams in PvP right now, and is definitely a very strong team. Let's actually see what he has in terms of outfits here. Has he invested in the outfits for these characters? Yes. Okay, so he has actually leveled up his Queen Elizabeth. That's really good. And he does have 6 out of 6 Queen Liz. So yes, Goddess team makes a lot of sense here. For Mael, he does have a lot of his outfits maxed out as well. Really good stuff right there. Let's see on his Margaret here. Does he have outfits? He does. Look at that. So that's going to be really, really nice right there. And then if we look at his Tristan here, yeah, I mean, he would just have to get outfits for Tristan. So yeah, I mean, you know, it depends, obviously. Sometimes like you're going to get to like a new festival, you're not going to have enough gems. But I would actually recommend, Mannix, that if you don't plan on summoning after Melee banner and you've already, like, I think you've already gotten Melee, right? Let me see. Let me just make sure before we, you know, I mentioned what I want to mention. Yeah, you have them. So yeah, what I would do is like from now on, actually just start buying outfits, man. I mean, if you want to push into the top part of Champion, like you could easily do it with Goss team, and I don't think this team's going to fall off anytime soon. With how strong Mael is, with how strong Queen Liz is, LR Margaret, like, it's not a bad idea to spend your gems. I mean, we do have the end of the month possibly being Tower God. We also do have, you know, at the end of February is going to be the Global Annie Fest. So I would actually start saving unless you really want to push in PvP. I mean, if you want to push in PvP, you could buy some HP cosmetics, maybe because you're kind of low on gems, you know, maybe just buy like, you know, just the headpiece ones for like Tristan, right? That could be a good way to increase your CC. But other than that, I wouldn't actually touch anything other than that. I'd say that's like probably the best thing you can do to increase your CC right there. So there you go. But yeah, I mean, for your PvP though, and Ungeared, I think this is great. I think this Ungeared team is going to be really good, and I don't think you need to switch it out because you already have all these characters invested in, and a 6/6 Queen Liz. I mean, that's hard to pass up, right? That's definitely hard to pass up. So now hopping into your Geared here, let's see what you're rocking in Geared. Yeah, so it's going to be the exact same thing. You're only in Platinum 2. You could easily push into the, you know, the Champion, even the Masters rank, Mannix. You could actually do that. Let's just make sure you have gear on all your characters. So yeah, you don't have UR gear on Tristan. I would actually recommend making UR gear, because if you're going to be running this team in PvP, you have to have as much CC as possible. So definitely giving Tristan HP UR gear is going to be the way to go. Mael here, you have HP defense. I actually would suggest attack crit for Mael, which you do have. Okay, so that's good. So yeah, attack crit on Mael is the way to go, but I mean, HP is not bad either if you want him to be more of like a tanky Mael and you just like rush his ult. That's like not a bad idea either. And then for Queen Elizabeth here, let's actually see what gear set you got on her. Okay, so she doesn't have her full set, but we swap it on here, so you have HP. Look at that, 70k CC is crazy. So that's really, really good. And then for Margaret here, let's see what your CC is looking like for Margaret. You'd have HP defense, yep. And 74k CC, you're 6 out of 6. Yeah, like this is fine. This is honestly fine. I would just recommend making HP UR gear for Tristan, but other than that, I mean, that's that's the best PvP team you're gonna get right there, for what you got. So CC food for sure, Manix. So like if you're playing PvP, definitely put CC food on, and you can get to like the 365 range. I think with a full HP UR gear set on Tristan here, you could probably get to like the 370. Yeah, like you could get a very big bonus just by getting a full HP UR gear set. And that could definitely help. And then right here you have the Goddess Ally damage dealt in PvP. My recommendation is the basic stat one, man. I mean, if you have it, let's see. Do you have the basic stat Goddess set? Oh, you don't, Manix. You don't. So that's one other thing too. For a lot of you guys that are doing the event right now, do the Artifact Witch event for the Goddess card set, man. That's gonna be very, very important. I mean, let's see if he's actually like about to get the set here. Let's see. Let's just make sure he has his Goddess card set or not. Yeah, no, okay. So you definitely want to get this card set. I mean, the unknown card set's not bad too. I think that's what you're going for. Yeah, this one, the HP related unknown one, that's pretty good too. But the God's card set is another one I'd recommend. But yeah, I mean, since you're going for the unknown one, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, Manix, I mean, that's another thing you'd want to do. But other than that, let's move on to your Demonic Beast teams here, Manix. Let's see what you got going on for that. That's going to be the last thing we cover in the account review here. Now, for the Bird section, I mean, yeah, Bird, that's self-explanatory. This is going to be a really good team. And we talked about it in the other, you know, account reviews that, like, Miguelda and Albedo as a combo is just really, really strong. So I'm not even going to critique that. I think that's a perfect Bird team right there. Moving on to Icthirnir, this is really good too. I literally ran this on stream the other day, and it's a very, very good team. Like, Albedo can counter one bang if you get a rank 3 card on that final phase, and it does a lot of damage. So yeah, I mean, this is fine. And you got all the colors sorted out. You will be kind of lacking in the green damage, but I mean, other than that, it's still fine because you're getting so much stats from Jormungand that I think like you won't have any issues with this team. So yeah, no, Deer I have no issues with either. Let's talk about Skull and Hottie. Yeah, I mean, Skull and Hottie, this is what I expect as well. You know, a full Ragnarok team here is really, really strong. You can definitely run like a LR Liz, you know, new melee variant if you want. But I mean, other than that, I mean, full Ragnarok team is really strong, especially if you have Freya Relic. Let's just see here. You do have Freya Relic, yeah. So even then, you know, you're getting the extra basic stats. You have 5% basic stats per ally on the team. Like, that's a really good Skull and Hottie team. I have no issues with that either. So it looks like Maddox pretty much has all his stuff covered here. And then, boom, he got the Nidhogg team as well. So yeah, no, like, no criticism really here on the Demonic Beast section, man. I think you've done really well on Demonic Beast, and there's really nothing I would change here. You do have the Tarmiel link on the Liz, which is good. I remember, like, you know, for you guys that don't know, I always suggest Tarmiel link on Elizabeth when running this team because you always want her to be the lowest HP. Just make sure you have like a triple defense set, right? So just like give her a, you know, offset triple defense. You just like find like your Tarmiel gear or something. Let's see if Manix has Tarmiel gear. But like, yeah, no, you would run like this. Like, literally just put this on your Elizabeth and boom, you're good. Like, that's all you need, right? So like a set like this, and then she's at the lowest HP with the rest of the team here. Like, this is the best Nidhogg team in the game right now. Like, if you're trying to clear for it, it's definitely the best team you got. So yeah, I mean, that pretty much covers Manix's account, man. And for anyone around this point in the game, this is what I would suggest to increase your box CC, to, you know, an inventory improve, right? PvP team recommendations and Demonic Beast Battle team recommendations right there, guys. So I hope you guys did enjoy, and Manix, thank you again for, you know, being part of the community with your boy. And yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to be doing more of these in the future, guys, for the account review series. Maybe I'll do this every month where I take 3 accounts and I'll just do a review. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys are interested and if any of these tips in the video actually helped you guys out. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day, man. See you later. See you later, guys.